measles, mumps, whooping cough, diphtheria, and polio. What if any one of these children were yours and you could have prevented these diseases that have caused deformity, weeks of suffering, and even succumbing to death? Or do you think this could never happen to your child? The Assistant Secretary for Health and Human Services, the Director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the Surgeon General made this statement. For those of us who have treated critically ill children with vaccine-preventable diseases, we know firsthand the devastation to the child and to the family and community of a death, limb amputation, or severe brain damage that could have been avoided by a simple vaccination. I would like to present the 4 facts of immunizations that the World Health Organization has researched. Fact 1, immunizations through vaccination is the safest way to protect against disease. Whatever you might read or hear, vaccines produce an immune response similar to that produced by the natural infection, but without the serious risks of death or disability connected with natural infection. Vaccines help develop immunity by imitating an infection, but this imitation infection does not cause illness. Instead, it causes the immune system to develop the same response as it does to a real infection, so the body can recognize and fight the vaccine-preventable disease in the future. Sometimes, after getting a vaccine, the imitation infection can cause minor symptoms such as fever. Such minor symptoms are normal and should be expected as the body builds immunity. Fact 2, it is always best to get vaccinated even when you think the risk of infection is low. Deadly diseases that seem to have been all but eradicated have nasty habits of making a comeback when immunization rates drop, as we see with the recent measles outbreaks across Europe. These outbreaks have been linked to travelers who brought measles back from other countries, such as Israel and the Ukraine, where large measles outbreaks are occurring. 6 outbreaks have been reported in 2019 in the following jurisdictions: New York State, New York City, Washington State, Texas, Illinois, and California. Today, in New York State, they made a law banning any unvaccinated persons under the age of 18 from being in a public place. Only by making sure everyone gets their inoculations can we keep the lid permanently on vaccine-preventable diseases. We should not rely on people around us to stop the spread of disease. We all have a responsibility to do what we can. Fact 3, combined vaccines are safe and beneficial. The truth is that your child's immune system is stronger than you think. Their little bodies can handle a lot and can respond to multiple vaccines at once. From the minute they are born, a child is exposed to hundreds, even thousands of foreign particles in the form of fungi, bacteria, and viruses. Babies' immune systems are designed to protect them from these bacteria and viruses that challenge their immune system daily. Our babies are capable of responding to these germs because they have the ability to make antibodies. And for the first year of life, they also have some of their mother's immunities in their systems. It's true that the number of vaccines recommended for your child is much larger than the handful of vaccines you received as a child, but the quantity of vaccines available today increases the quality of protection. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services states, quote, vaccines are only given to children after a long and careful review by scientists, doctors, and healthcare professionals. Vaccines will involve some discomfort, may cause pain, redness, or tenderness at the site of injection, but this is minimal compared to the pain, discomfort, and trauma of the diseases these vaccines prevent. Serious side effects following vaccinations, such as severe allergic reaction, are very rare. The disease prevention benefits of getting vaccines are much greater than the possible side effects for almost all children. Fact 4, there is no link between vaccines and autism. There is no scientific evidence to link the MMR vaccine with autism or autistic disorders. This unfortunate rumor started with a single 1998 study, which was quickly found to be seriously flawed and was retracted by the journal that published it. After an autism diagnosis, parents may wonder what caused the disorder in their child. Because the age when children receive the MMR vaccine is around 12 to 15 months, it's also the same age when children begin to show diagnosable signs of autism, and parents might worry that the vaccine contributed to their child's autism diagnosis. Fortunately, the question of whether vaccines or vaccine components were the cause of autism has been answered by science, and the results are clear. This was determined by over 25 different scientific case studies that concluded no connection to autism and the MMR vaccinations. This means that as a parent, you can be confident in choosing to immunize your children. I would like to quote from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Quote, "Vaccines protect the health of children in the United States so well that most parents today have never seen firsthand the devastating consequences of diseases now stopped by vaccines. Measles, mumps, whooping cough, diphtheria, and polio. Let's act to eradicate these diseases and the unnecessary pain and suffering that the world's children are exposed to. This could be the world's children, happy, healthy, and vaccinated." Thank you.